Hit the link at the bottom of the screen to check out the entire show. Keep cashing. Go get him, Maxie. Come on, Maxie. Take us home, Maxie. Let's move on to 9 p.m. Eastern. We head over to the SEC. Their football team just won the national championship tonight. Their banner is in your background, and they are playing at Kentucky Wildcats on Tuesday evening for us to attack. Alabama Crimson Tide 9-3, 4-0 in the SEC at Kentucky Wildcats 4-6, 3-0 in the SEC. Rupp Arena, Lexington, Kentucky. At Bet365 right now, we'll line shop when we know what Max wants. At Bet365, Kentucky 2-point favorites. The total at 146.5. We'll start with Bama. They're rolling. They've won 5 straight. They're coming off a 94-90 win at Auburn on Saturday. With guard Javon Quinterly missing the last 2 games, Toronto native Joshua Primo has stepped up. Against Auburn, he played a career-high 38 minutes. He scored a career-high 22 points. And Quinterly is listed as questionable to play, dealing with a medical issue. That's all I could get from what I looked up was a medical issue. Max, I don't know if you know more about that. Jaden Shackelford leads the Crimson Tide in scoring, averaging 13.1 points per game. Now we have Kentucky, and an interesting story they have been this year. After losing 6 straight, they've now won 3 straight. They're coming off their first easy win since opening night against Morehead State. It's been that long. Not since November 25th have we seen Kentucky win comfortably, and that happened at Florida, 76-58. 6'7" freshman Terrence Clark has missed last 3 games with an ankle injury. He's listed as questionable to play. They are scoring by committee. Against Florida, they had 6 players score between 9 and 13 points. They are athletic, but they continue to struggle shooting. They're hitting just 42.8% from the field, 31.1% from 3, and 69.3% from the foul line. Max, we head over to the SEC. Bama, Kentucky. Take it away.
Jim, these are 2 basketball programs that I enjoy watching, I enjoy betting on, and now they have to play each other. My allegiance to Alabama basketball is not like my allegiance to Alabama football, and to be clear, my allegiance is to Nick Saban and his fantastic hair for an old guy. So that's why I like Alabama. If Nick Saban's coaching Texas Southern, then that's the football team that I like. Moving on. You mentioned Josh Primo. I like to mention Josh Primo. Josh Primo. Let me tell you something. He's like a pizza. He's Primo fantastic, except for his goddamn turnovers. In the Auburn game, those 22 points were fantastic. But if I'm not correct, he had 5 or 6 turnovers. If you're going to be running the point, playing 38 type minutes in an overtime game in a rival versus the school that when you look out the window when you're in class, there's a good chance that you see cow fields. Well, I don't like that. And I want that cleaned up. Against Kentucky, yeah, Jim, Kentucky had a nice win against Florida. I wouldn't describe it as easy because it was a very good defensive performance with the addition of Keon Brooks re-entering the lineup that really made the difference in the game. I think with Kentucky, yes, this is it's not really a buy low. It's a high price to pay for them right now. In my estimations, this line should have been flipped. Alabama should be the road favorite. With Alabama, this is where the difference is. Quality of guard play. While I have no problem and I do not have any ill intent towards the feelings of guys like Devin Askew and Davion Mintz and BJ Boston, but they aren't on the same level as the guards for Alabama. I think that with John Petty Jr., this is the guy that's been missing Kira Lewis. Now he's going to have a point guard that's a pass-first point guard that's going to get in the ball in the right places. Now Petty just has to do is step up and make these shots. I think that this is an Alabama spot. They have lost a lot of games to this Kentucky basketball program over the years. This is another situation similar to Virginia Tech where you have an opportunity to take advantage of a weakened team. Olivier Sarr, if the last shot comes down to him, he's 0 for 2 already this year on them. well, chances are he's going to miss another one. And if Alabama gets an opportunity to put them down, they're not going to make the same mistake that Mississippi State made. Let me tell you that. With Coach Oates, he wants this game. He wants this win. He's going to have his guys ready, energized, and ready to push the tempo and take Kentucky out of their comfort zone. Because what do we know that Kentucky doesn't do? Shoot the three ball well and shoot the three ball with any kind of consistency. The difference makers for this team are not your freshmen. It's not Olivier Sarr. It's Keon Brooks coming back and Jacob Toppin off the bench. If you get good performances from those two guys, I think that makes a huge difference to the bottom line of this game. I project that they don't have as impactful of performances as they've had recently. And I think that with Alabama, this is a team that I've seen make better second half adjustments. They're going to have to really battle on the glass against Kentucky. And I'm talking about Herb Jones. I'm talking about Jordan Bruner. And I'm talking about Alex Reese. I think that with Alabama, this is a team that even if they do get down at halftime, they're capable of putting up 45 in the second half. They make good adjustments based on what is working, what's not working. They're not the type of team that if you're 2 for 14 from three, you're going to keep on shooting in the second half. Well, you're going to go in and let's see if you can open it up a different way. I think that with Bama, they got a weapon off the pine that you can bring in, and he's going to do one thing and one thing only is hit threes, Keon Ellis. If they can get this kid going, he's a close to 40% three-point shooter. There's a lot of those on this team. I think Alabama goes in, eliminates the advantage that Kentucky usually has with protecting the rim, good ball distribution, and winning the turnover battle. And I think that with Kentucky, they're forced into a higher scoring game. And in those, that's where Alabama has the advantage. Give me Alabama on the spread, Jim, at the best number possible.
The best number possible is +2. There is a +114 money line available.
No, I'll take the +2. This is still Kentucky, and they're still riding high. I will say this, though, like I said to you before the show, I think that I'm still going to be getting the worst of the number. I think that this line's still going to move in favor of Kentucky by the morning.
+2 for Max at Circa, and it has we have +2 at Bet365. It's FanDuel that's hanging the 1.5 right now.